Welcome everyone to Hopeworks 2020 Fall Pitch Competition. We are so excited to have you here today.
I especially want to thank our entrepreneurs, of course. We're excited to hear you pitch. We appreciate our judges who are taking the time to give feedback to our entrepreneurs, and the sponsors who made it possible, and the mentors who have been working with our entrepreneurs. What we've found is that our young people are especially well suited to be entrepreneurs. Most of them have been hustling, they've been pushing themselves, they've been taking care of themselves at a young age, and sometimes their siblings. And anyone who's in business knows, like, that's what it takes. You got to be able to hustle and get things done. And we see that in our young people at Hopeworks. And the entrepreneurship program, the focus is generally around our entrepreneurship class, where our young business leaders get together and coach each other and push themselves to either start businesses or grow the businesses they have. And it's about figuring out what's that next small step to push your business forward. So here's how today's competition will work. Every entrepreneur is going to pitch their business, and there's a total of 3 minutes to pitch the businesses. We have 6 entrepreneurs who are representing 5 ventures. And our panel of judges are going to rate each entrepreneur on certain criteria. So we want to make sure the entrepreneurs talk about the origin of their businesses, the problem their business is going to solve, going to buy their products and services, why, the pricing, the progress to date, and their future goals. And of course, all in the context of, are they providing examples and are they connecting with the audience? And as audience members, every one of you has a vote. So there's going to be the judge award winners, and there's also going to be 2 audience choice winners. So consider yourselves the venture capitalists on Shark Tank, and the total prizes are over $10,000. So this is a very meaningful competition. Every one of you at a very young age has a business with customers and with revenue. That's impressive. Regardless of what happens today, you won. You have businesses, you're making money. Congratulations.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlene Newville, owner and founder of Young Saved Unashamed Christian Apparel. So just a little background history on what Young Saved Unashamed is. So we started back in 2018 as just a saying. It was a quote that I would use pretty often, and it's representing who I am, being a young Christian woman. And I used this quote so much that I wanted to turn it into its own business. So for about 7-8 months, I worked hard, working in the entrepreneurship class to make this thing a reality. And we officially opened up January of 2019. So what exactly is the problem we are trying to solve? Well, being a Christian merch business, there's no real problem. However, there are a few things that I want to address. So yes, selling t-shirts is important, but I'm selling more than just that. So I'm selling engagement, getting young Christians involved and engaged in the Christian movement. I'm also selling empowerment. Again, being a young Christian myself, young Christians all over the world should be able to express their love and their passion for Jesus Christ through fashion. And lastly, I'm selling unity, helping to bring the body of Christians or the Christian community together as one. So my target audience includes young, unashamed Christians, as I mentioned. But of course, anyone is more than welcome to purchase any of my merch. So in phase 1 of my business, I've been doing a lot of advertising and evangelizing on my social media pages, as well as my Etsy web store, which you guys will be able to see the link at the end of the presentation. So when it comes to inventory, I have been doing both print on demand as well as stocking in my home. So in phase 2, I'm looking for new ways to handle shipping as well as handle the volume and working to process orders in a more timely manner. So here are just a few examples of what I've done. We have the signature Young Save Unashamed shirts. We have some custom tees. We have our hoodies, as well as our other shirt, Be the Thing. So prices range from $10 to $30. Now, the reason why I'm in business is to make a profit. We know right now it may be more expensive to print on demand. And what I'm working to do is get the cost down so that I can potentially make more money. So success to date. The bad news is I'm still a small business, but the good news is I'm growing. And having done this pitch over 200 times, both in and out of Hopeworks, Today, I have 50 customers and I've sold well over 100 pieces of merch. And in my conclusion, again, in phase one, things are going pretty good. I have a product that people are willing to buy and have shown great interest in it. Moving on to phase two, I'm ready to take it to the next level. I've been talking with advisors to get from point A to point B, as well as working on a business plan. And finally, phase three, who knows, to be determined. But I would love to be so profitable that I can give a percentage of my profits to a nonprofit, for example, Hopeworks. So for more information, you can contact me in my email. I have my Etsy web store, as well as my Instagram and my Facebooks. Thank you so much.
We can see
Well, good afternoon. My name is Eris Miller, and I am the principal consultant at Supply Command. We are an LLC and established design studio based online, providing brand services, design training, and digital solutions for small business owners. I don't know. Okay. So a little bit about myself and my story. I started in 2005 as a tween on MySpace, learning how to create custom codes and design for my friends, only charging $20 a pop for layouts. So now fast forward 15 years later, I still do the same pretty much, but I design websites and products now for small businesses. So I guess all that time spent on AOL was well time spent. Our business seeks to address racial disparities in business. We know that business ownership accounts for a key element with building wealth. So as far as right now with COVID-19 happening, is disproportionately hitting Black business owners, where we struggle with lack of digital literacy and resources to transition easily online. Supply Command seeks to address that concern with leveling the playing field by closing the digital divide to enhance engaging digital content through branding identity, which is known as logos and websites and style guides, things of that nature. And we're also planning to launch the CEO chat, which is an acronym for CEO Conquering Every Obstacle, which we help to solve our target with branding and creating design. So here's a glimpse at the products that we offer. Up until this point, we've primarily been known for websites and t-shirts. We also design t-shirts for other businesses. In the future, we plan to launch e-courses for designing on the web, designing on social media, creating Instagram and Facebook ads, and learning all through free video content, podcasts, and webinars. So our target audience is primarily Black business owners. We seek to create, manage, and narrate and develop brands that they love. So in doing so, they'll need to address and learn about the digital literacy that it takes to compete and survive in the market. The things that they suffer from are lacking time and patience for designing, advertising, and social media on their own. And they tend to get overwhelmed with the increased business support, especially with the hashtag Shop Black Business that was sparked in June of this year. The progress we've made thus far is establishing our LLC in March of 2020. We've also managed to rebrand in full, and we've designed 40 plus websites up until this point. Progress going forward is adjusting the new normal. So in addition to offering the websites and designs we already offer, we hope to gain 1,500 subscribers, teach 100 students, and sell 100 ebooks online to support the entrepreneurs working from home and learning online. If you'd like to learn anything more about me or about Supply Command, don't hesitate to reach me on LinkedIn, or you can go to www.supplycommand.com, where our online store will be launched soon. That concludes the presentation, and I thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm going to talk to you today about my organization, Metamorphosis Mobile Boutique and Collective. We are a mutual aid project that focuses on getting basic needs met in an LGBT inclusive environment. So the reason why our focus is basic needs is because LGBT people, especially LGBT youth, are not getting their basic needs met. This is not something that I read about. This is not something that is nuanced to me. This is a part of my personal lived experience. So it really has been a very important part of my process and my own individual metamorphosis as a person to start giving back to my community in a way that feels meaningful. Through the process, there has been many rough patches. I have been doing this work for the past 2 years. And in that time, I have opened 3 different chapters. I have one in Orlando, Florida, which is where I moved from a year ago. I have one based out here in West Philly, and then I have another chapter that is based in the suburbs of Philadelphia, run by a 17-year-old who I personally mentor. So 4 out of 5 LGBT youth have said that it is extremely important to them to have a crisis intervention organization that is going to be for them, specifically for LGBT youth. I know that as an LGBT youth myself, that has always been at the forefront of my mind as well. I have not been able to find an organization that is supporting the basic needs so that we can get to the social emotional aspect of moving forward with life. So in order for us to move forward, we need to have our basic needs met. We need to feel present. We need to feel accepted. And that's really what Metamorphosis is trying to do. So advancing the business of Metamorphosis has been quite the journey. I definitely have not done it alone. You can see on the screen members of my team. I really want to stress that it has been just beautiful building community with these people who have helped me and taught me so much. You can see that on the left side of your screen, that's a little bit of our inventory. And when I say a little bit, there is a lot more than that. You can see Maya Jennings, who is a 17-year-old. I started mentoring her when I found out she was doing the exact same work I was. So I reached directly out to her and I said, hello, how are you doing? I think we should, team up. And she said, absolutely. And so I've been mentoring her and helping her to expand her inventory. We actually got quite a bit of press, especially at the beginning of COVID, when mutual aid was kind of a buzzword. A lot of people didn't know what that word meant. And then they started to learn. So we have been able to expand rapidly and give over $25,000 worth of clothing for free into our communities at each of our chapters. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you visit us at metamobileboutique.com. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. My name is Kyla Evans, and with me I have my sister Kayla Evans. We're the owners of Evans Eatery. So since we were little girls, we sought solace in the kitchen with our mom. While in the kitchen, we picked up her different cooking styles and techniques, and as a result of that, we created Evans Eatery. An additional push we received was from our friend James, who was also a Hopeworks alumni, who said that he supported us as opposed to supporting takeout. We also realized that through our business that our friend enjoyed the different foods that we made. A problem we encountered throughout our cooking career was that our generation and our youth have gotten so used to ordering takeout that they were no longer used to having a home-cooked meal or making a home-cooked meal. Our target audience are individuals who are working or pursuing their education, for individuals who can't or don't know how to cook for themselves, for individuals who are living alone, and for those who support Black-owned women businesses. Our business is a more bang for your buck kind of business. We offer budget-friendly platters that could last up to 2 or 3 days, depending on your eating habits. So our prices ranges from something like a big pan that you would see at barbecues or family reunions would be $20, a medium would be a $15 platter, or a $10 platter would be our small. Depending on things that we make, if I were to do chicken tenders and French fries, it could be a profit of probably $10, but if I were to go something more expensive, like a shrimp Alfredo, it would significantly drop because it's expensive to $3 to $7. Compared to Uber Eats and DoorDash and things of that nature, they have a delivery fee, which would probably about $7, depending on where it's coming from, and a tax fee of probably $4. But with us, we don't have a tax fee, and our delivery fee is only $2. So our short-term goal by the end of this year is to have at least 20 consistent customers. We do have customers currently, but we like to at least hit a margin. Our long-term goal is to own a restaurant, whether it's on the wheels or in a lot. With high hopes, if we win this competition, we'll use the funds to replenish necessary ingredients, as well as buy necessary kitchenware, from to-go containers, to dishes, to knives, to even crock pots for the upcoming winter season. We will use the funds to kickstart our business in the right direction. Unfortunately, for those who are not here with us today, we actually have a sample, just to give it a try. I'm so sorry, but thank you for your time and consideration.
All right, everyone. So hello, I'm Gabrielle Lee, and I'm the founder of Gabby Designs, a web development company and web design company. So where did I begin? So I had a passion for technology since I was a kid. Y'all knew Pac-Man pinball on the computers? That was me. I loved video games and I loved computer technology, and that's where it all began for me. Soon after, I found Hopeworks, which introduced me to opportunities in technology, which was basically what I was looking for up my alley. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, web development basics. After that, I learned I could take these skills and make my own money. Discovered the path to tech entrepreneurship, where then I found my communities online, Facebook groups, Instagram, Craigslist, you name it, I was there. So what problems am I trying to solve? So number one, I'm trying to have a model that's affordable. When you're a small business trying to get your website up, it's a lot of money to get started and you don't know what to do. So I have a baseline affordable price for anybody for their website needs. Anybody who has a business is trying to market themselves online, get themselves in the Google search engine. And that's where I am, getting these small businesses, my target audience, to the top. So that's my next point. Everybody needs a website, but not everyone needs my website. Currently, I'm set up to serve smaller nonprofits and small e-commerce based businesses in the tri-state area, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, even New York City. That's where I'm trying to go. And how do I plan to compete? So currently, I have the personality and I put my personality into the work that I do. For people who have even just small portfolios to people who are trying to sell soap. That is what I want for my clients. I want the best and for them to sell themselves online with their website. So here's my pricing model. I have stuff for, like I said, small businesses that are writers who are just trying to share their work, to the bigger business, like I said, for the e-commerce, people who are trying to sell their soap, their t-shirts, and anything in between. And I wanted these prices to signify how much the small businesses struggle to get their start. And here's the prices that are shown that are much more affordable than my competitors. So what are my current achievements? I've worked with over 30 different businesses, from small business to top business, making almost $35K a year, working 50% of my time since I am a school student. Also, these clients come back to me. They are loyal customers. And especially for them to bring their clientele, I can definitely say I'm the person who is most likely in giving them the right hands. So from that, what are my goals? So my like I said, I'm right now in the 35K, but I want to grow. I want to be able to serve people like McDonald's, people like Adidas in that 5, because right now, like I said, I'm only set up to serve the smaller nonprofits. So I want to have revenue growth in the next 3 to 5 years, 250K to 350K. Grow to 2 to 3 employees, which I find is a reasonable start for my growth, but also introducing a new service, web maintenance, something to help them maintain their websites, enhance their websites, and anything in between that they need for their services. So at the end, I want to thank you for allowing me to pitch today. If you want to see more of my work, I'm at www.gabbylay.co. This is some of my work, and I just want to say that as a small business, we grow to get bigger, and I want to help small business nonprofits right now do the same thing that I'm doing. Thank you.
Hi, Gabby. Congratulations on your pitch. It was awesome. We had some feedback, but the thing that I think all of us talked about was, especially those who saw you pitch last year, is such an incredible improvement in your confidence, your speaking ability, your punctuality, your enthusiasm. Just the presentation itself was so well done, so well timed. You spoke with someone who had a ton of experience doing these pitches. So that came off really well to us. We also really appreciated in your pitch specifically talking about some of your pricing models that were super specific and really well done. And also some of your achievements, which really kind of proved that this is already working for you, which gave us even more confidence than how you were talking and all the figures that you were putting up there. We also really liked that you had really profound goals. I think you had 250,000 to 350,000 on the deck of revenue, which is no small matter, and also a couple employees, which is a really big deal as well. And we like that you're kind of shooting for that and not thinking small. But lastly, I think just your enthusiasm came off really well. Your excitement, you clearly believe in this idea, and it just came off really well, and we really liked it. So congrats.
All right. So Gabby, I'll just wrap up by saying, like, you are the gritty entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is about resilience. And in class, you were the last business to get clients, and you were thinking about quitting, and you were like, am I really supposed to do this? Can I succeed? And you were so scrappy. I mean, you're the only person I know who posted a flyer in a digital world, a digital gaming world, and got clients from that. And trolling Facebook, I shouldn't say trolling, but looking through Facebook groups and Craigslist and getting clients. And to have now a point where you're $35,000 a year, it's impressive. And it's a lesson to all of the young entrepreneurs, like, don't give up. Very well done, very impressive presentation.
I think that you have a great business model, and it's very clear that you have a market. It's extremely clear that you have great pricing, and I think that it's going to be a very successful business. And I'm excited to see your business grow. I think that you guys are going to do great things in the future, and it was just such a wonderful presentation.
Kyla and Kayla, thank you so much for your presentation today. I just love the idea. I have to say that. What some of the judges shared in our discussion, and I'll add to what Shanika already said. We thought you did a really nice job in defining your advantage over the competition. You had specific examples with Uber Eats, I think it was, and you really had all that pricing figured out. We thought that was great. You were very clear about how you would use the funds that you received, which we loved, talking about how you would reinvest it back in the business to be able to grow the work that you're doing. So again, love that specificity. This is, we thought that, someone made the comment that this is, sort of the classic business, and we mean that in the most positive of ways, meaning that you guys have set out to do one thing really well, and that's what you're doing, right? You're not trying to overcomplicate it. You have a great idea and you're going for it. And so we thought that was wonderful. And I think Shanika already mentioned, your prices were good. There's some commentary on how realistic they were and attuned to what the market will bear. So just, again, really appreciated those details. So great job overall. And if I could also just take a moment to shout out all of the entrepreneurs in the way that you are supporting one another in the chat right now and throughout the competition. I just wanted to make a point of observing that and shouting it out. It's just really a wonderful community that you've built, and I hope you all continue to support each other.
Right, so I'll tell you, Kyla and Kayla, there's one of our judges who used to be CEO of this tiny little food company, president, a tiny little food company called Campbell's Soup. I don't know if you've heard of them. And he was telling us how he was so impressed because he sees food companies that don't price their products right and don't set it up right. And you had done it right. And I was like, holy cow, like, this is executive from Campbell's Soup. You gotta love that. And I'm just gonna share a little bit about both of them as well. So Kyla, came to class really excited about writing a poetry book, but didn't know if she'd do it. And then she was gonna do it, and she did it. She's written 2 books. Here they are. The first one is Bleeding Heart. It's Kyla Evans. Everyone should go onto Amazon and get copies of these books. This poetry book, this made me cry. It was beautiful. But that's entrepreneurship. She had a goal, she set forward, she got it done. And then they love cooking, and they decided they'd cook. And some friends wanted to buy some platters from them. And one thing led to another, and they've got a cooking business, which is great. And of course, Kayla is also an entrepreneur. You might remember from last year, her clothing business. I got one of these shirts. It's a great shirt. And she's also a writer. And we've read her book. And sometimes I think she's an inspirational speaker because in class, she'll give these inspirational speakers to pump up the other entrepreneurs. And it's incredible. You guys did a great job. Congratulations.
Loved your business. I am very big on mission-driven businesses, and yours is definitely that. I'll definitely say you had a very clear statement of your mission, your ethics, your values, and why you're having your business and why you're targeting the market that you are. You also expanded your business. You're in multiple locations, and I thought that was really amazing to see, definitely at such a young age. And then the one thing that I also enjoyed was you also staying in your values and mentoring people in the same field who could be considered competitors, but you brought them in and you created a team. And that's one thing that we definitely loved.
So Kayla, what I love is that you saw a gap in the market. So you started calling the executive directors of nonprofits that had served you and said, I want to talk to you. Tell me how you run your business. And they kind of responded like, who is this? And why are you asking these questions? You're a client. What are you thinking? And you went out and started this business and you have 3 locations. And something that you didn't share is you also have a peer counseling line where people can get help. And you have this incredible online resource of pages and pages and pages of resources where young people can get help. And that's making a huge impact. You were accepted to a business accelerator with a $1,000 donation to your business to keep it growing before you even had your 501c3. Very successful, doing good in the world and growing it. And I love that you included your team in there too. That was great to have this shot of your team. Congratulations. And I look forward to seeing you grow to serve many, many of our young people.
Aris, well, first and foremost, I am a designer myself, so I always appreciate a well-designed presentation right off the bat. You had a beautifully designed and articulated presentation put together. Overall, your messaging in your presentation was also very engaging. You made it clear that your business is there to support Black-owned businesses. And I like that you also mentioned the origin, which is how COVID-19 affected the African-American population disproportionately. And the fact that you worked on over 40 plus websites is very impressive. Your goals were measurable. You had clear KPIs to determine your success. And the judges, we like that you broke down your goals by the quarterly. Let's see, yeah, overall, you had a very strong presentation. There was only one, not negative feedback, but more so a question, was that one of our judges raised a question, which is you focused on why you want to help Black-owned businesses, but it would be really strong if you also included why specifically you want to help Black-owned businesses. Yeah, overall, amazing presentation. You did a really good job. And
all right, 40 clients. That's pretty incredible. Oh my goodness, 40 clients. And your first client when you were 13. That's like the entrepreneur, right? You start young, you're selling, you're making it happen. I love that you have a social aspect to your business. You're looking to help even out the wealth gap in who you've targeted with your business and how you want to help. And I want everyone to know you've seen that talented work. Aris wants to be a digital art director and she's looking for work as a digital art director. And part of the reason for her business is to get that experience so she could learn how to do it. So if you're looking for a digital art director, you've seen the pitch, you've seen the business, you have someone here that's definitely worth considering. Well done, great presentation, and thank you.
I thought your presentation was excellent, and so did all of the judges. And I think that obviously it's in the name, but Young, Saved, and Unashamed is so it's sort of like you can't say it any louder. You can't be more clear about what you're trying to communicate. You know, people talk about having a name that tells a story. I mean, it's like you say the name, you say, okay, gotcha, I got it. And furthermore, that name is not something that you've chosen because it's a good catchphrase. It's what you believe. It's what you want to say. It's what you want to dedicate yourself to doing. So it has this extraordinary power of being both exactly what you're trying to do and a perfect communicator. And then from looking on the designs that you've created on the website, you make such, you turn it into art. So now we have a powerful message in the form of art. And this is what you're dedicating your business to. So frankly, my first, point is how powerful that is. And you know how some people say, if you have a job that you like, you'll never do a day. What is it? If you have a job you love, you never do a day's work in your life because you like doing what you're doing. Well, that's good. But how about if you have a job you like and that you believe is something that you are really proud to be doing? It's not only you're not working, you're changing the world for fun. So I think it's fantastic. The second thing that I would add to that, though, is that on top of that level of commitment is this extraordinary business savvy. A couple of the comments that you made that just struck me, yep, she's on top of this. Well, obviously you've sold 100 units. So you don't mess around. 100 is a real number. This is not like a couple of my friends bought this. This is a real number. So congratulations. But you made a comment about how printing on demand is not economically sensible. But you're doing it because it's a quick way to respond. It's like, you got it. It's a business person thinking. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to do it in a way that's not efficient to begin with, but when I know it works, then I'm going to go on. Again, really compelling. And the third thing is your style of presentation. I mean, talk about confident, businesslike, professional, clear, articulate, excellent. So, well done. Good job.
All right, there's not much to add to that. I would say Charlene's another example of an entrepreneur who always wanted to have a business and was just shy to get started and kept putting it off and putting it off. And then you went and you threw it out there, and suddenly you had customers and an Etsy store, and you were down in South Carolina selling shirts at a church convention, and you've got a great business. And I could say, anyone who needs a good shirt, you should get one of these shirts. High quality, fits. Being that I'm not quite young, I get a lot of comments when I wear it, but that's part of wearing the fashion. And I will say, Dan is going to email every person who attended a link to every website and every store for what our young people have so that we can all support their businesses. So that'll come out soon, and it's holiday time. What a great time to get gifts from these young entrepreneurs. And I'd also mention that Charlene is a member of our youth healing team, which is one of our businesses, and she's trained 700 teachers at Mastery Charter School about trauma-informed care, which is very impressive. So now we get to the part where we declare the winners. I know probably everyone was hoping that I would be quiet sooner and we could get to this. It was a decimal point difference. I just want to point that out. It was so close. It was making us all sweat in the judging when we were doing the numbers. Oh my goodness. And it's a testament to the job that everyone did. Everyone won. And someone has donated money because they thought everyone should win. So there will be a prize for every single business. But I'm going to start with the Judges Awards. The first place for the Judges Award was Gabby. Oh my goodness, Gabby, that's the best face. Congratulations. Our second place winner is Aris for Supply Command. Congratulations. And you guys earned it. This is hard work. Running a business, getting customers, getting where you are and presenting is hard work. And everyone did incredible. Congratulations on winning the Judges Awards. There were also the Audience Choice Awards, where audience members voted. And we have those results as well. Good thing about technology is we didn't have to add anything up. First place for the Audience Choice Award goes to Supply Command. Aris, congratulations. And second place goes to Gabby. Congratulations. And again, our other businesses also have awards that you will be getting. Again, just congratulations. What you have done is so impressive. Like, you have businesses, you have clients. This is what most people in America want to do. And at a young age, you've made incredible strides. I can't wait to see what everyone does when they get older. I want to thank all the judges for offering your time and expertise. Really appreciate it. I want to thank the mentors who have coached all of our teams. And I want to thank our sponsors who made this possible, and the attendees who all participated.